So what goes into a negotiation? So we get into one, right? How does this work? This is an interesting topic to talk about because we're like, oh, I'm negotiating. But like, what does that mean? What actually happens in this negotiating phase, right?
Yeah.
And what does it mean to be a ninja at it? So tell us, how does this negotiating factor
I hear you.
work?
So I guess to paint the picture, so if we say we have a hot property, and we get 20 offers in on it, and the 20 offers in, they're all different, some people, will shave it off. There'll be some pricings that some people just to try and entertain offers that don't make sense. Okay, we won't counter them. So let's say we just get 10 off the table, but 10 are serious, and 10 are over. And we got some over asking, some of them are giving better terms. And we say our buyer wants these like 60-day terms, but this person's giving 30 more grand, and we balance it out. So we might say, well, the person that's giving us 30 more grand, we can counter them back with the terms that we want. And in this market, it's much easier to get your terms and your price, which is a very rare time in history. Because of the competitiveness. So it all comes back to the counters. So we'll take each buyer, we'll look at their pre-qualification, how strong of a buyer they are. Are they 20% down? Are they FHA? Are they VA? Are they removing loan contingencies? There's all these different things that you wouldn't know if you were just listing it on HomeCoin for $500.
Wow.
And you got to know these things. What does it mean to remove the loan contingencies? That's important. That means the loan's fully approved. That's a strong buyer.
Whoa.
So maybe, you get on the phone with them. You say, well, there's somebody that's at 730 or, or $30,000 over. Are you willing to, you send a counter out to that person. And, if they fell in love with the property, that number will go up if their qualification dictates. So, and you just keep sending counters out and it goes back and forth. And eventually you kind of just go back when you find with the person that is going to give you terms and the best price and balance that out.
And then now how does it get to, so as the negotiating how do you guys get that above asking? Because I hear this a lot as you guys are, as you guys are selling, what do they call those? Selling agents.
Yeah.
So now how do these selling agents get above asking on some of these things during this negotiation process? At what point in time, does this happen? Okay, cool. We were asking for, and we got $525 for it. So you got an extra $120K on this property. Like, what's the deal?
Absolutely.
Just because people keep bidding and
people keep bidding, they keep countering.
Yeah.
So you can keep it. If you say 5 people end up being in the race, truly after you skim through all the offers, those are the people you keep countering and you keep updating. Well, they'll do this, and you create the pool, and everyone's in that pool just saying okay, well, we're updating them. Well, now we got the 30 grand over, and they're and they're giving terms. What are you willing to do? What do you want to do? And everyone's, you tell them basically what's going to get accepted, and they keep going up. Next person counters. Now we got to go back to them. This is now the highest offer on the table. And it just keeps filtering itself off. Number 4 drops off. Number 3 says, I can't do that. But 2 are still there, and it goes neck and neck, and the process just keeps continuing. Of ultimately saying what's the highest on the table and what terms are you willing to give.
Yeah, and then so now this is the importance of actually getting the right seller's agent.
Yes.
Right? So what is the importance of actually having the right agent on your listing, on your property that you're trying to sell? Tell us about that.
Because if you have a good listing agent, I know that me and Franny, we stay up till 1 a.m. doing counters and figuring stuff out because sometimes that's just really what this requires. There's timelines. This business is all about timelines. Everything has to be timed perfectly, and you can't. You got to get back to somebody because that offer leaves the table, then you just lost that offer for somebody. So you got to be, do all your due diligence. But sorry, I want to retract your question again.
As far as the right agent.
Oh, having the right. Okay.
The importance of having a right agent to sell your house.
Yes.
So if I'm a homeowner and I'm trying to sell my house, what's the importance of me picking the right agent?
Yeah. So like I said, the first thing we're talking about is just pricing the home, but that revolves into just overall experience level, where the market's at. So you have to have somebody that is a local expert and knows this and knows the price of what it's worth to come in. And one of the biggest tools I feel like is due to having our investor background. And Frances, her dad was a property manager growing up. She can walk through a house and piece everything apart. She's an interior designer. She has all these different skills. And then with the investor, so we walk through, if you want to put a pool in for $80,000, and you think it's gonna jack up the price, but it's only gonna add 15, you just wasted your money. And that's where it's things like that is where it's really beneficial to have somebody that's an expert and knows what's gonna sell and where your money is actually worth it. A lot of people, we get in there and they upgrade their house too much before we even get to talk to them, before we meet them, and it's a waste.
Gotcha. They're all doing these DIY things that they think are going to be able to list their house for more.
Yeah, they'll take out the entire cabinetry, restructure the whole kitchen. You could have just resurfaced those things.
Oh.
15 grand.
Gotcha.
You know, it's just resurface, put some new fixture knobs on, some knobs on it.
Sand it down, repaint it, sand it down, refinish it.
Yeah,
put
save you a
knobs
bunch.
on, boom, you got a whole new deal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big change.
Okay. Coming at you hot over here. That's a good one.